Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome to another game of StarCraft II Heart of the Swarm. Today I'm playing a live game for you, which means that I'm doing commentary at the exact same time as I'm also playing this game. So hopefully I'll be able to provide you with some decent gameplay. Now today I believe, if I remember the loading screen correctly, give me 1 second, it is going to be a Zerg vs Terran. Now you can always double check that by clicking this little button. Yeah, it is indeed going to be a Zerg vs Terran on King Sejong Station. Now as everyone knows, in the recent GSL finals, at least, you know, all the StarCraft nerds that actively watch the tournaments and whatnot will know. In the recent GSL finals, that was last week, we saw Su pretty much going for only Roach Baneling busts. And the only games that he really won in that finals were with the Roach Baneling bust in Zerg vs Terran. And you know, ever since watching that, I've decided to also start practicing a whole lot more Roach Baneling. So I'm thinking of going for a Roach Bane in this game as well and just give it a try. I've been doing it a lot, and my Zerg vs Terran is currently at like 70% win or something ridiculous like that. So, you know, I'm gonna stick with it for a little while longer, which means in this game I'm also going to start executing it. You know, as long as my opponent is playing like a standard normal-ish build order himself as well, but we will find out, Just gonna at least open up with the idea of going for a Roach Baneling bust in the later part of the game, and I honestly think that's one of the main things to always do. Like, you always want to try and get into a game and at least have like some sort of plan in mind, alright? So you're like, alright, I'm gonna play 3 hatch before the spawning pool. You gotta decide that at the loading screen. Or you're like, alright, I'm gonna go for a cannon rush if you play Protoss at the loading screen. You don't decide that any later in the game. So I've decided right now what strategy I want to go for, and I'm gonna hopefully be able to execute it. But now my opponent is SCV scouting. That's awkward. You usually do not see SCV scouts unless they go for a marine opener. So I'm a little bit scared for this Overlord's life right now, but we'll see. What it is gonna trigger out of me seeing that SCV scout that early on is that I don't go for a gas geyser right now. I prefer opening up gasless, but most of the time if it's like Reaper play or something, it gets a little bit tricky doing that. I'm gonna check though if he's like building a bunker or anything, because it should... Oh no, it is in my main. Alright. Interesting. I thought I would have already seen it at my main, but don't want him to put up a bunker without me knowing about it. Gonna get the Overlord, already got that. And it is indeed actually a marine play. So we're gonna have to position our Overlords carefully. It looks like everything is in order right now, and the gasless opener is still fine. Sweet. Alright. Keep on droning up. Alright, actually gonna send one guy to the natural. Oh, you actually send over that thing? Really? Ah, that's a bit annoying. Oh, no, won't be able to keep it alive. He actually sent over the barracks to make sure that he can kill it. Means he probably started the factory already. Well, that's alright. It's a bit annoying though, because right now obviously I'm hitting a short supply block. And the trade-off is obviously that I also lost a bunch of fission right there. So right now I'm kind of blind. This is actually kind of troublesome. It's not the worst in the world, but it's definitely not really what we were looking for. Gotta go up to 4 queens, just a standard macro, and at the 5-minute mark, I'm gonna get a double gas geyser going. Now at this point, I'm practically blind, okay? I'll be honest, I don't really know anything of what my opponent is doing, which is a problem, but we should be able to work around it. Because we already opened up gasless, I'm very comfortable doing this. But we are definitely taking a bit of a risk going for this Roach Bane bust. But hey, you know, we can give it a try. It should work. It should still work. It doesn't really matter what kind of a build my opponent is going for. It is always good. I saw Su actually executing this build order versus someone that blindly prepared it. Made like 4 bunkers and he still managed to pull it off, right? So we should be able to at least deal a decent amount of damage. Still gonna go for the 6-minute expansion right there. Got the double gas going up right now as well. And once I have 100 gas, I'm gonna start zerking speed. But, however, I'm not gonna get too much mining done. I'm not gonna get any mining at this third base either. But I'm not gonna get too many drones. Just need to have enough for max saturation. There we go, starting zerking speed. And there we actually already see the first Hellions. Alright. Need a couple more. Looks like I'm done right now. Gotta show him the Roach Warren. Actually, that was an SCV right there. I thought for a second that was gonna be a Hellion. Would have been really early now, think about it. And I am also gonna start my Baneling nest right here. So at this point, I have my Roach Warren going up. I got my 3rd base going up. And I got everything needed to do this Roach Bane bust. However, I'm not actually planning on making any drones for my third base. I'm just gonna start making only roaches very shortly as soon as I can. And once that roach warren finishes, I'm gonna make one week around the roaches, and after that I'm gonna switch into only Zerglings to make sure that I can start reinforcing that army very quickly. So our roach warren is about to finish up. I already have a bunch of gas ready to make about 10 or so roaches. There we go. And I'm gonna follow it up with Zerglings. Now Zergling speeds should finish up pretty shortly as well. So this is actually all working very good, except for the fact that I'm missing my opponent's Hellions. Usually the Hellions should have been here about a minute ago. And I haven't seen them, which is a bit troublesome, which means that he might actually be able to hold it right here. Simply by the fact that he went for a build order that is, you know, very good against this. But we're gonna try it anyway. Gonna reinforce it with another round of Zerglings right there. And if I need to, I'm gonna start droning up my third. If I need to, I'm gonna start droning up my third and make sure that I'm safe that way. Don't want to overdo this aggression either. Let's have a look with one Zergling. Let's see if we can find anything. He's actually not having that many units. He doesn't have a bunker or anything like that, which is obviously great for me. Oh, this is actually awesome for me. Getting 3 Hellions! And making sure that he does not get the wall up. Oh, sweet. Oh, he does have a bunker, but it's just super far away. Alright, I see how it is. Alright, making more and more units. Manually blowing up those things. And we actually are doing already a ton of damage. Meanwhile, at home, I'm gonna start the lair. Let's see if we can get anything else done. Well, looks like all the SCVs are going down. Gonna start droning up my third. And I'm gonna start getting, you know, defense for this shenanigans that he has. Making drones right now, making only drones. And basically forcing my opponent to be, you know, on the defensive. Alright. Starting +1/+1. And starting more drones. This is great. Now what I'm gonna follow this up with is another round of Roach Bane. Except for the fact that this time around, well, if he's not careful, he's gonna lose a lot more. Oh! Except for the fact that this time around it's gonna be with Roach Speed and Baneling Speed. That's gonna be my follow-up. While this aggression is going on right here, I am making only drones. These trades don't even have to be, like, super efficient. It doesn't matter. Because I know for a fact that my opponent is gonna have an extremely hard time holding it. And I'm also still droning up. I'm only making drones. Alright, 3 drones in there, 3 drones in there, and I'm gonna also start a macro hatchery. We are done droning. Got Roach Speed coming up, got Baneling Speed coming up. The only thing we need to do is make units right now, and we should be in a great position. Making an overseer right here to be safe. Just transfusing away what I can transfuse. Might lose a couple workers here. No big deal. I'm back to transfusing. Alright. So I'm gonna set my Zerglings already to his side of the map so I can morph those into Banes later. While making non-stop roaches. I'm gonna move out when my upgrades finish, which is right around now, so I can actually start moving out very soon. We'll have +1/+1, we'll have pretty much everything that I need, except for larva. I don't really have that much larva because I had to defend right there, but this should still be more than fine. Ugh, I have a lot of minerals right now though. Don't really like that, but... Alright, here we go. Just making sure I inject as best as possible. And as long as I manage to reinforce this fight, this should be a game-winning move out right here. Here we go. Gonna morph a couple more Banes, but I'm already gonna move. Oh, well, this works as well. Oh, shit. Alright. Just attack move, and he says GG. So, here you can see how good a Roach Baneling bust can really be. I actually didn't even macro that well, as you can see. I should have just remade a couple. Did these workers not mine for a long ass time? Holy fuck. Alright. If I would have actually injected a little better, and just anticipated that my opponent was gonna go for this, you know, hardcore defense on these heli, or these Banshee run-bys, I could have just made a couple extra queens, dealt with the Banshees no problem, and then I would have not missed a single inject, which would have actually allowed me to spend all these minerals and gas. But in the end, it turns out not to matter, because I have already gotten the victory, as well as a lot of points. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you really enjoyed it, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But whatever you do, I will see you in the next one. I want to thank you guys all for watching. Have an amazing day. Don't forget to smile, and I'll see you again.